So hello student athletes, this is Bob Singer, safety coordinator with Penfield's Transportation Department, here to go over the safety drill on the bus. The purpose of this video is to assist us in avoiding doing these safety drills on every trip for your sports teams. Hopefully we can get these accomplished here with this video, and you won't need to sit through these things on the bus when you're getting ready to go compete. So onto the bus. Okay, here we are on the bus. You guys have all sat through probably close to a dozen or two safety drills by this time in your career. So I want to just point out a few of the things that we do on your sports trips to keep these things simple. Number one, in order to stop the bus, you're going to want to pull this yellow tab. That's our parking brake or emergency brake. And you'll notice a good clicking and some air hissing sounds when you do that. If the driver becomes incapacitated, what you'll want to do is pull this button and this will stop the bus. On to the next thing. What you'll also want to do in the event the driver becomes incapacitated is you want to be able to communicate with people at transportation. There'll be a phone number associated with the transportation department's base that your coach will have, but in the event something happens and you need to use the radio, it's a very simple process using this radio. It's a two-way radio, and you can see that it's mounted here on the dash down below, and this is the wire that's attached to it. Usually the handset closest to the driver's knee is the one you're going to want to use for that. Okay, so those are the two components up here that I want you to get comfortable with and understand where they're at. Next, what I want you to understand is if you need to get out of the driver or the passenger door in an emergency, there's a button up here that you can depress that will take the air pressure out of that door. And then to exit, you'd simply press on the left side door to get out of the bus if you needed to. So if you need to get off the bus, remember the front door is always available for you to use. We have a front door, we have a side door, we have a rear door. There are 4 emergency exits on the windows, and there are 2 emergency hatches if you need them. This isn't going to make noise when I open it because the bus is not on, but this is the lever. You would pull this all the way up and swing this window open in order to exit. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. There's instructions right next to the window. Lift the handle and push the window out. Very simple. So now we're going to move on to the hatch. So the hatch, again, this is not going to alarm, and this would be used in the event that the bus ended up on its side. This would be the easiest way for you to exit, most likely. Very simple. Take your hands, press on each of the corners on the front and the back. So the 2 corners on the back, the 2 corners on the front, and then read the label on the hatch. You'll simply turn the handle and the entire door mechanism will release, and you'll be able to exit out the hatch, which essentially will be on it. If the bus is on its side, you'll be able to get out that way. Points of concern when you're using the hatch: make sure when you go out the hatch that you're exiting into a safe location. You don't want to exit out onto a highway, if you will, or into water or other things that could be harmful. So here we are at the back of the bus. We're going to be talking about emergency exit doors at this point. You have an emergency exit door obviously at the back. We also have one on the side, the left side behind the driver, a few rows back. One caveat to that is make sure when you're exiting the bus using these exit doors that it is safe, again, to exit where you're intending to go. So sometimes the side emergency exit doors aren't always the best ones to use. So this isn't going to alarm either, and you're going to want to open it all the way, swing it open, and what you're going to notice at this time is you're going to see that the door latches open. So this is going to hold open. My suggestion is 1 or 2 students gets off the back of the bus and assists the remainder of the students off, and then find a safe place to congregate after that. So your coach and your driver will give you instructions on how to do that if in the event you need, that you need to exit the bus with either of these 2 exit doors. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some general considerations for your safety drill with regards to ridership on the bus. We've got some rules that I really want you to understand. So we're no food, no drink, no cleats. If you're getting off a muddy field, please make sure to keep the floors free of debris, grass, mud, dirt, things of that nature. And we also want to make sure that we're keeping our sound at a decent level so the driver can concentrate on the road. One last thing with regards to the general appearance of the bus: seat belts. They're there for you if you want to use them. If you're not going to use them, please leave them stowed where they're at and leave them attached and secured the way they are. If you are going to use a seat belt, obviously that's fine with us. When you exit the bus, please return it to the state you found it in. Thank you.